Greetings to you all, because it has arrived. We have waited 7 long days, 5 in fact. We did a drama day on Monday, but that doesn't matter because it's unofficial, it's not regulation, it's not to standard, because what we need is sunshine. Glorious, glorious sunshine shining down upon us, as we have here in the UK today. We need one canned monster, ice cold and open, ready to go, to cause intermittent burping, which is delicious and sexy in all occasions. We need one Transformers t-shirt, and we need stories. We need good stories. We need stories from you guys, because all of you guys play games. And what do we run into in games? Arseholes. What are we sometimes in games? Arseholes. We're total dickheads. And weird things happen when you start putting the members of the public together. Drama Friday is the perfect example why the government keeps things from you. Because people collectively are crazy bastards. Crazy motherfuckers. One person is smart, the rest of the people together is crazy motherfuckers. What we do on a Drama Friday is pretty simple. I ask you to simply pen and paper, or if you are not a child of the 17th century, use a computer and type up for me something funny or interesting or weird that happened to you that caused a lot of fuss unnecessarily, and write it down for me. Just write it down and just send it to drama@preachgaming.com via electronic mail. That's all I ask you to do. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to read them and we're going to look back and enjoy them. And remember, Drama Friday is always anonymous, especially when your fiance rings you at the height of the show. I have thrice the stories for you today. I'm going to get through them. It might be a long show, but we're going to get through them. We're going to do it because it's a good day. It's a good day. I've been buried in work in the last 3 days, so we're going to have a nice relaxing afternoon. We've got the drunk raid leader and the sober rage leader. A play on words. A play on words. We have the pregnant lady. The pregnant lady. And a story that was entitled for dramatic flair, the crazy, unbelievable drama story Hall of Fame entry, which even came with. Can I show this? I should. It even came with this. It's the little things. It's the little things. We wrote crazy in crazy colours. Yeah, we wrote crazy in crazy colours, right? Just for a little bit of flair. A little bit of flair. A little bit of a tiny little touch. Just so that it's that crazy. It could almost be described as zany. Yeah, zany. That magnificent word of zany. Thankfully, every story today came with the characters pre-listed. I love it when you do that. If you just say, I'm going to talk about certain people, these are the people. So it allows me to plan it and so on. I think we'll start with the crazy one. Let's start with the crazy one, which apparently includes an autistic friend. If this gets a little bit wild, I might have to stop the story, but hell, that's the risk we're going to take. So who's going to be autistic? Jack? Yeah, well volunteered, Jack. Genoto. Who's going to be the female of our story? Brian. Sinechi. Sinechi's in. Sinechi's in. The lady's boyfriend. The boyfriend. I like a good boyfriend story. Because boyfriends, no matter who it is, get a little bit trolled, don't they? AMX. AMX, you're in. I haven't seen you before, AMX, and welcome to the show. I'm glad you could tune in. A GM. Who will be the GM? I have to write their names down. Everybody has awful fucking names in these drama stories. Oh, Nups. Yeah, Nups is in. Nups will be the GM. The old GM, who no doubt is going to be usurped by Nups. Let's have Lachlan. Lachlan's in. And the raidless officer. Lots of characters. Look at this. Look at this. There's more characters in this than there is in The Hobbit. Metapod. Metapod is in. And that is our characters for today's first story. Our characters for today's story. We've got Genoto, Sinechi, AMX, Nups, Lachlan, and Metapod. A combination of Pokemons and savages all mixed into one story. Now this story is crazy, of course. We'll find out. We'll find out. My drama takes place not too long ago, or in a galaxy far, far away. I played a female dwarf hunter in a cesspool guild. Jesus fucking Christ. The first sentence I read today is female dwarf hunter in a cesspool guild. You done goofed. You done fucking goofed. The raids never started on time. Sometimes they were delayed by up to 2 hours. And the only progress we made was when we had some pug alts from guilds that didn't suck who could lead for us. Brackets, yes, we pugged raid leaders. We pugged the raid leaders. We can't even lead our own raids. That's correct. We cannot even lead our own raids. Looking for raid leader? Good pug, right? You're definitely joining that team. Definitely. Oh, God. We had one officer that actually played the game, but never actually raided. We never ever had a raid leader of our own. We have one officer, doesn't log in. Our guild master did the invites, but never spoke again. He just logs on, he invites you, and then he leaves. That's it, he just leaves. It was up to me and a few others to say, are we ready to pull? Or else we'd literally stand at the boss dicking around for about 30 minutes. The only reason I didn't leave is that my best internet buddy, who I used to play RuneScape with, was there. Whose name is... Who's the best friend? Oh, Genoto. Oh, God. Genoto. Your best friend is Genoto. Wow. Wow. My best internet buddy is Genoto. Wow. Poor old you. Definitely poor old you. That is tragic as fuck. He is a self-labelled artist and brags about getting drunk and trying to throw a bike off his balcony, but getting the chain stuck in his hair every time that... It's exactly, you know. Good brag. Dude, I'll have you know, I once tried to throw a bike off a balcony, but I got the chain stuck in my hair. So, the effort was there. I made the try. It didn't really work out too well. What are you going to do? He tells this story to every new person who joins our Ventrilo, which is almost every week since we don't have 10 raiders. This is his lifetime claim to fame. This is his story. This is him, summed up in a nutshell. Hi, nice to meet you. Just to kick things off on the right foot, I think you should know a story about me, which will obviously give you the right impression, is that I attempted once to throw a bike off a balcony and got the chain stuck in my hair. I think we're in good shape now. We kind of got a relationship going. Let's be best friends. Anyway, we also have this priest in the guild called Sinechi. Oh, Sinechi's a lady. She was a raider, but only comes once per month. I feel like you did that to me on purpose. I feel like you did that to me on purpose. I totally think you did that to me on purpose. Either that or what a Freudian slip of the tongue that line is. Yeah. God damn. She only comes once a month or so, which is pretty annoying, I bet. Even though she's kind of shit anyway. But let's be honest, to raid a 10-man normal, all you need is warm bodies. Wow, what a paragraph. I only come once a month, which is kind of annoying, but let's face it, we only need warm bodies, right? Are we talking about raiding? Sure. She also had a boyfriend. Who's the disappointing boyfriend? AMX. Oh, sorry, AMX, I had no idea. I had no idea. She also has a boyfriend, AMX, in the guild, who was a DK tank. Yes. Of course he was a DK tank. DK tanks, they last forever, right? Oh, shit. The guild has, for reasons beyond me, been active since vanilla, and some of the retired people still hung around on the forums. The difference between these people and the guys who were in the guild when I joined is apparent. Basically, they spent all their time trolling the fuck out of the current members and trials, but they get a free pass from Nups, the GM. They get a free pass from Nups for some reason. One of the cool forum guys is the old GM and founder, Lachlan. And he was the worst troll ever. He literally posts on every topic on the forum. Most of our guild hates him because they think it's a detriment to recruitment. And he's generally a rude dickhead. Well played, Lachlan. You are a rude dickhead. Genoto and I, being drama veterans from RuneScape, where the guild had over 100 members and every week there would be some kind of bullshit on the forums, didn't really give a shit and thought he was hilarious. Yep. Trolls beget trolls, people. Trolls beget trolls. Anyway, suddenly, one evening when myself and Janotto were online, along with a bunch of peasant socials, we get the message that Lachlan has logged in. With peasant socials. Okay. We didn't even know he was in the guild, so we were surprised but said hello. We are nothing if not polite. We spoke for a bit when I wanted to get another beer, and when I returned, my entire chat screen was filled with caps locked messages from Metapod. I scrolled up to see that Janotto and Lachlan's conversation had moved from speaking about Hitler doing nothing wrong to how disgusting fat people are. Lovely. Good topic of conversation for any guild chat. That is just creating a good environment. What you're doing there is doing it right. Everybody wants to be in that kind of guild. Well played, team. Well played. Well played. Okay. Knowing my friend and I could tell they were just messing around. Hey, I might have been talking about Hitler and ugly fat people, but I'm just playing. It's not serious. It's not serious. However, Metapod went batshit insane and started swearing at both of them. Since I saw Metapod was genuinely upset, I decided to join in and make fun of him along with my pals. Wow, that's just straight up bullying. That's what that is. That's just straight up bullying. Oh my god, this guy's genuinely upset. I'm going to troll too. I'm going to join in. This is a really good idea. I like it. This is awesome. Wow. I forgot that Metapod was an officer, since I had hardly ever seen him before, and it ended us with his three getting kicked from the guild and ignored. But this was just the start, and shit was truly moments away from hitting the fan. Not entirely undeserved. Not entirely undeserved. I managed to get myself and Janotto re-invited with a half-assed apology to Nups. But he refused to re-invite Lachlan. A few days later, Janotto messaged me on Skype telling me the funniest shit he's ever seen happen on the forum. I went to check it out and found a 20-page long topic started by one of the retired members going nuts at Metapod. Metapod is definitely in the wrong here. How dare you say that those conversations were you know, they just weren't welcome. Apparently, in addition to kicking Lachlan from the guild, she had deleted his forum account, which meant all of his posts and topics had disappeared, including the ones from ages past with pictures of the guild together, amongst other things. You just deleted a part of history. You deleted a part of history. That's not cool, right? That's not cool. You don't do that. You don't kick a part... I mean, you don't delete a part of history. Come on, Metapod, get your shit together, will you? All of the retired members were livid, and Metapod responded to every post with caps lock. Just to make sure it's important, every post will go under caps lock, calling them unspeakable things. Eventually, Nups responded and said it was a mistake, blah blah blah, and he would not re-invite Lachlan because they had stirred up shit. I decided to post some flaming of Metapod and posted screen caps of him calling Lachlan and Janotto fucking retards. How can I settle this situation? What is the diplomatic approach? Screenshots! Screenshots! That's what we're going to do! We're going to bring in the screenshots! Fuck yeah, we are! Fuck yeah! And much worse. Calling them fucking retards and much worse. But Nups locked the topic just after, which was a pity in my opinion, since it was just about to get interesting. Metapod must have been shaken up by this, because the next day while I was doing some thrilling dailies, she logged on and began to G-quit all her characters. I decided to make some remark about her having a lot of characters, and she kicked me again and said something about how much she had done for the guild. Oh, and nobody appreciated it. This is kind of really tragic. I imagined her crying like a big baby in front of her computer and decided not to talk to her since I was getting bored of asking for re-invites from Nups. You needed to be re-invited so much that it got boring. It's actually now tedious to ask for so many re-invites. You're being kicked that often that it's now a pain in the ass to ask for a re-invite. Discuss it. Best guild North America? Definitely. At this time, we only had about 5 members who reliably showed up to raids. And it was me, Genoto, Sinechi, Nups, and AMX. And we filled the rest of the raid with socials and pugs. I can't imagine why you went down to 5 members. Why weren't these good people sticking around? I have no idea. I really have no idea. Weird that you had a guild of... Yeah, looking good. Looking strong. Needless to say, our progress was even more shit than the tier before. We spent hours wiping on Jinrock. AMX and Sinechi had been living together in... Oh my god. In Sweden... for the past year. But now AMX was moving back to the UK. I tried to ask why this was happening, hoping for some juicy drama, but they both responded everything was fine and he wasn't moving because of their relationship. Bullshit, I thought. Who would move back to the UK after experiencing Sweden? Nobody. That's who. Yes! 1,000 times yes! Nobody goes back to the UK after you've experienced Sweden. Nobody! Who the hell would do that? Who would do that? Power to the Swedes! Go Swedes! I love it. Although you did kind of make yourself out to be a massive twat in this story. The home of the bullies. A few months passed and we got 3 new recruits, but AMX hadn't been raiding since he moved back to the UK. The excuse was something about internet, but it seemed to work fine during the day. Any of you ever done that? It's such an obvious lie. Have you got raiders that do that? They play all fucking day. Comes to raid time, my internet is really laggy. I can't play. I'm serious. I can't play the game because of my internet. But you've been online all day. No, yeah, well, I can put up with it when I'm on my own. I just don't want to let you guys down. It's not that I'm skipping raiding. It's just my internet. It's just my internet. That's what it is. I'm serious, man. A couple of months passed and suddenly AMX Ninja quit the guild. Peculiar, I thought. And added him to my friends list, determined to find out what the hell was going on. He told me that he and Sinechi were struggling and he quit the guild to give her some space. I think we're seeing too much of each other. So I'm going to quit the guild because I feel like we're seeing too much of each other in the virtual world. Right? It's like we're together all the time. There's just no separation. I know I live in a complete... Look, I get it. I live in a completely different country, but I feel like you need some space. We are literally thousands of miles apart, but I don't think I'm giving you enough space, so I'm going to leave the guild too. Totally believable. Lovely story. Oh, God. That's so tragic. Well... He hadn't told Sinechi, and when she logged on and wrote in caps /G, why has that fucking baby left the guild? Sinechi mad. Sinechi mad. I figured the nice things to do was to let her know what he had told me. And after I'd done that, she told me that she had kicked him out of her flat since all he did was sit on the couch and he didn't even try to learn Sweden. You're not even Sweden. Why are you no Sweden? You're not even learning Sweden. Why? Your Sweden is bad. You need better Sweden. You sat on the couch, learn some Sweden. I know it's Swedish. Look at the Swedish guys going mental. It's Swedish. She sounded very upset. And this was very personal information. So I took a screenshot and laughed about it with Genoto and Lachlan. Dumb bitch. Screenshot. You're a bastard, man. I was getting bored with farming the same 4 bosses every week and nobody signing up for progress raids, so I cancelled my subscription without telling anyone except Genoto, because I'm hoping nobody will notice. I think there might be a party. I think there might be a party. And I wanted to be able to check the forums from time to time in case there was new drama going on. Also, there hasn't been any yet. Sorry about the Swinglish. I hope you all enjoyed the story. See ya. We did. You ghosted the shit out of that guild. Your entire personal mission is to attempt to destroy the lives of certain people. Right. Story number 2. Who do we have in this story number 2? Because again, the characters have been laid out. Oh, wow. Holy shit. A mentally deranged pregnant woman. That's going to win you some friends. Who's going to be pregnant? Ovsky? Ovsky's pregnant. Ovsky's pregnant. Okay. My best friend, bestest buddy. Bestest buddy. Who's best friends? Who's like a nice guy? Master Boop? Master Boop. My mother. Oh, God. Who's being the mother? Litteray? Alright, Litteray. Litteray's being the mother. A Blizzard GM. Who should be... Oh, the Blizzard GM's going to be Vinny Bear. I saw him earlier. Vinny Bear's being the Blizzard GM. And that's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, so we've got these 4 characters. That's it. That's it. Relax. It's done. It's done. It's done. Vinny can be the GM. Vinny's going to be the voice of reason. Chapter 1. Fuck off. That's what it's called. Hey! I wasn't being offensive. Chapter 1. Fuck off. Alright, good. Good story. My story begins with my best friend and I playing Spyro on our classic PlayStation 1 console. Good times. Good times. I had only my robust PS1 to play games on until around the mid-2008. Thinking back now, I was living in poverty. Am I to believe there is no Nintendo, Kenny? Kenny, where is the Nintendo? Where is the Nintendo, Kenny? Am I to believe there is only a PlayStation 1? You poor noob. Only a PlayStation 1. Total poverty. This is third world, man. PlayStation 1. This is disgusting. Until my best friend told me about this amazing PC game he had heard about from his dad. Who was in fact my uncle. Alright. Well, that's alright, yeah. You in before best friends with a cousin. That's cool. Being friends with your cousin is fine. That's alright. It's like in before best friends with a cousin. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. Anyway, after months of begging, I managed to persuade my parents to buy a family PC. I love how that's a phrase now. Everybody in this chat understands the phrase, a family PC. It means something. It means it's the worst computer in the fucking universe. It's brilliant for Paint and the calculator app. And it's not designed to install anything else on it. I was 11 at the time, and I'm living in poverty with a PS1. I imagine at 11 years old, just having a PS1 is like poverty. We are so fucking poor, it's retarded. At the time, I had originally asked my mom for my own gaming PC. Not at 11. You do not call anything a gaming PC when you're 11. When you're 11, it's about education. But you need to run certain programs, right? Like Encarta Encyclopedia. And I need a really good PC to be able to run Encarta because it's got all these wonderful apps and programs on it that won't play on a shitty PC. That's what you do. That's how you play it. Gotta get your Encarta. My mother literally... Oh, who's the mother? Literally, the mother, literally told me to fuck off. Mom, I really need a PC. Fuck off. You whining little 11-year-old bastard, right? We live in poverty. We live in poverty, and now you want a PC. She got him the family PC, by the way. She told him to fuck off to the gaming PC. A few days later, I was all ready to go, armed to the teeth with only Vanilla WoW and the Burning Crusade. I quickly logged on. As I made my character, I noticed I was missing an expansion pack. Good God. My best friend laughed at me for being so poor as he already had Wrath of the Lich King. You know what the difference between the rich and the poor is? The 8%? It's who has the latest WoW expansion. Everybody below that is the scrubs of the fucking earth. The scrubs of the earth. You filthy, poor bastards. Only rich people manage to get expansions when they come out. Only the rich. I stormed into my living room, determined not to take any of this shit. I ain't having it. I ain't having this shit. I'm not being called poor. I asked my mum for Wrath of the Lich King, which was around 25 cash pounds. But once again, I was told simply to fuck off. I love this. This is so good. Your mum is legit. Your mum just knows how to deal with it. Mum, can I fuck off? Oh, God. Although you might grow up with mummy issues, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's wait for that drama story. I was infuriated by this and decided I would steal money to buy it. Well, as an 11-year-old, my choices are rather limited, Mother. You put me in a very awkward position. If you are not going to buy it from me, then I will become a thief. And when I am in jail as an older man, it will all be on your fault. If you had simply bought me Wrath of the Lich King, we wouldn't be in this trouble. Now I'm a drug addict. How do you like that? How do you like that? I surreptitiously took the money from my mum. I took it from your mum. Okay, Wrath of the Lich King, fuck off. Alright. Bye. Oh, God. Got on a bus and went to town. I look at the case with absolute glee when I held it. However, the store worker would not let me purchase it without an adult. I thought, isn't WoW 11 plus? WoW's 11 plus, right? Or ages 11 plus? Or is it 16 plus? Wow, no way. 12 plus. Oh, 12 plus. Get shit on, noob. Get shit on. Ha! 11-year-olds, pieces of shit. Everybody who's 11's a piece of shit, by the way. You can't even play WoW. Losers. Being so very desperate, I went and did one of the most retarded things I have ever done in my entire life. Worse than stealing from your mother? Yep. I paid a beggar on the street £10 to walk in with me and buy the game for me. Now, before we continue, I have to point out here that he stole way more money from his mother than he needed to buy this game, which makes you a super twat. Because you not only had enough money to buy Wrath of the Lich King, you've also had enough money to pay a fucking hobo, which makes you a giant cunt. I just want to point that out, that one does not simply steal the minimum amount of money. One steals considerably more in order to have backups. After this, I departed my newly found comrade, who smelt of piss, and ran home to my computer to play the game. I logged in and created an undead warlock. I was amazed with the sheer magnitude of the world and felt like I was freed from my parents. Now I'm free. Get off the PC. Oh, come on! Come on! I'm free! Boo! Parental control, bitch. How do you like that? How do you like that? If only for a little while. This quickly changed that the first person I tried to socialise with told me to fuck off. I then realised nothing has changed. This was supposed to be the moment. This was supposed to be it. I did everything for this moment, and I just got told to fuck off again. Chapter 2, though. Now we've bought the game. Is everybody with us? It took us 10 minutes, but we got there. Now we own the game. We're installed. Chapter 2, though, is going to get better because it's entitled The Female GM. And this guy's 11. That's a wonderful way of dealing with women, such as stealing from his mother. After a few months of playing with my best friend, I really enjoyed leveling and questing. After reaching around level 60 a few months, I decided to join a guild. My best friend agreed, but was apprehensive. He was worried that we would meet some weirdos. There's weirdos out there in the big world of World of Warcraft. There's some fucking weirdos out there, man. We need to be a little bit careful. We need to be a little careful. Mum's told us about these internet groomers. We know what's up. The kind your mum warns you about. Don't get into strangers' cars. Yep, they're in the internet. I was usually quite careful. You paid a fucking hobo to buy you the game. I'm usually quite careful. For a thieving, hobo-paying scumbag, I'm pretty careful. I've got to be honest. I've got a good head on my shoulders. I know what's happening. But we both knew that if an individual presented a Kinder Egg to me, I'd be getting in that car. What? Bought and sold for a Kinder Egg? I've got to be honest with you. You pay me a Kinder Egg, I'm in the car. I'm not getting in without a Kinder Egg, but I'm saying I've got a good head on my shoulders. I'm pretty logical. Alright, for an 11-year-old, I've got my head screwed on. Just don't go flashing that Kinder Egg. You understand what I'm saying? It's got a toy in it. It's chocolate. That thing is so abusive to children, by the way. Kinder Eggs are worse than Disneyland. They so are. I told my friend not to be such a wuss. You're being a pussy. Let's join a guild. We're talking about joining a guild, right? Don't be such a pussy. Let's join. We quickly found a large social guild to join. The GM was a 24-year-old pregnant woman from the UK. She actually lived quite close to me. After weeks of playing, we started talking. I quickly made the rookie mistake of telling her every little detail about myself. Quickly made that? Ooh. She said she liked my honesty and that she found it attractive. And a young man, hopefully. Did you say that? I was really creeped out. I need to check where this story goes. Okay, we're going to be fine. 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 If it goes where it might go, we're cutting this one short. You understand? Right? I'm not being that guy. We're not being that guy. We exchanged phone numbers and we texted regularly. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, okay. We're okay. By the release of 3.3, my best friend had quit WoW, and I decided to play Perfect World with his sister. We're okay. We're okay. Everybody, calm down. It's okay. We're okay. We're playing Perfect World. It's going to get better. Let's move on to Perfect World, where things will definitely get better. I was made an officer in my guild, and I grew a very friendly relationship with Preggers. Who was Preggers, by the way? I don't think I'm just going to call her Preggers. I'm going to call her Preggers for the sake of not making someone out to be a little bit shady. She said we should meet. I was pretty excited as I was sure she was going to be gorgeous. After receiving her pictures, though, I soon discovered that she was an absolute hog. This was just after his 12th birthday. How did you feel as a lady and a 12-year-old boy, which is fucking mental, calling you an ugly bitch? Still, I decided to use her affections towards me to get free shit in WoW. That's what you do. School bus time. You about to get ghosted, pregnant lady. You mess with the wrong boy. You mess with a boy who steals from his mother. You mess with a boy who pays hobos to get games. You, my good lady, are about to get goofed. I got all sorts. BOEs, mounts, flying skills. Anything I ever wanted in WoW, I got instantly. I was loving it. I was casually reminding Preggers that I adored her whenever I wanted something. This went on for months. I then found out that my parents had taken my phone and had read the text messages we'd been sent. Completely in awe, I instinctively turned on the tears. Ah, God. Preggers did end up permabanned from WoW, and I was still allowed to play. Jokes on her. Jokes on her. Her husband also left her after it came out. Good. Good. I have never spoken to her since, but I'm pretty sure she got the last laugh. Oh, God. I was no longer allowed to stay over at a friend's house. At least his parents took a thing. I was not allowed to stay over at a friend's house, and my mom had to sit behind me and watch me play. In retrospect, I got what I deserved. But if you don't feel sorry for me, I'm turning 17 in December, and I'm still not allowed outside on my own. My mom accompanies me anytime I go to see my girlfriend. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Yeah, you went down the wrong road, my friend. You went down the wrong road. You really did. You really went down the wrong road. That was a bad decision. That was a really bad decision. Really bad decision. Yeah. Let's be glad that hopefully it was a misunderstanding. Still very odd. Still very, very odd. Our final story of the evening. We're doing well for time. The drunk raid leader and the sober raid leader. Okay, who we got? We've got you, obviously. Team 2 raid leader. Look, everyone voting to be Team 2 raid leader. Group 1 raid leader. Oh! And it says in brackets that he's Polish. Apparently that's relevant. Any Poles? Got any Poles here? The female officer. And a dickhead. And a dickhead. Okay. Okay, who we got? Savello. Savello, you'll be in team 2. Savello's in team 2. I do apologise if I say your name incorrectly. It goes quite fast, as you can see. Wolf B. I was going to put Wolf. Team 1 raid leader. Raka. Raka's the female raid leader. And who's going to be the dickhead? Who do we know? I assume it's Delor. No, but Delor. Yonish. Yonish has been around for a while. He can handle it. Good. That's everybody. We can open the chat back up again. Which is good news. Right, we've got Savello, Wolf, Raka, and Yonish. Let's go. Setting the scene. Before I launch into the drama, let me set the scene for you. We were progressing through a heroic dragon soul with a buff at 25% in a level 5 guild. Oh, there's 2 guilds? Oh. I don't think it matters. In our level 5 guild. Our guild was having trouble due to people constantly leaving. This was probably due to the dragon soul being the dragon soul. But we decided it was due to no one wanting to be in a low level guild. Has anybody left because you're in a low level guild? Any of you? Have you actually done that? It's like, what, your guild's at level 25? I'm too fucking good for this. I'm too fucking good for this shit. Do you know who I am? I don't roll once, really? Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Right here, me, Kevin was there. Wow, too good. Too good for a level 5 guild. Too fucking good. My raid leader found a level 25 guild we could join as Group 2. Sure, you could join our guild as Group 2. Every good guild's level 25, which denotes swaggy status, needs a Group 2. The 2-group split lasted a few weeks, since many people quit though, saying they would come back for Mr. Pandaria. Both teams temporarily merged, taking the best players to down the Spine of Deathwing. I was one of the players taken to kill Spine. Okay, it's okay. Woo! There's somebody. I thought somebody was in my house. Literally, but they're next door. It's okay. We can calm down. There was somebody in my house. But they're next door. But they're close too. Both teams temporarily merged, taking the best players to down Spine of Deathwing. I would have fitted the nature of drama time better had I stayed. I was benched, but I wasn't. See, it's like saying it was truth. It's a true story, right? I could have said I was benched, but I wasn't. And so begins my tale. Fun times in the Cataclysm. I played WoW on... Holy fucking Jesus. Are you kidding me? I played WoW on Linux. That's a stabbing. WoW on Linux. I have to close the window. It's going to get really hot in here. I played WoW on a fucking Linux. And not on the best computer. Which sort of caused me big problems. Linux and a bad PC. What the hell is Linux? What is this Linux? Does Linux even work on WoW? What? Linux? On Heroic Warmaster Blackhorn, the game world and my UI would often turn completely black. Unless, there's your checklist, right? This is the checklist. My camera wasn't completely zoomed in. This is what he needs to do in order to play. Zoom in the camera completely, while I face the camera towards the sky. Particle effects set to the lowest. And on Heroic Warmaster, I was a healer, and that gave me 3 FPS. And sometimes still the green would go black. Are you ready to raid? Yeah, let's raid! I'm raiding! That's how we raid. That's Linux raiding right there, okay? That's how we raid in Linux. That is how we roll in Linux. Now I'm raiding. That reminded me a lot of Muru, actually. That's like Muru raiding for sure. That's totally it. Needless to say, I died. The people in the level 25 guild were understanding. How would you be understanding of that? Oh, you can't do all this? You can't look at the raid? No. Well, I understand. How do you understand that? How does that happen? And no one got angry about it, but I felt so bad that I refused to roll on tier gear when I mean they, actually killed it. I was actually capable of playing during the Spine of Deathwing at an acceptable frame rate. What's acceptable if your average is 3? What is your acceptable frame rate when your average is 3? I imagine 10 is like acceptable. 5, it's more, right? 5 is more. Being a Disc Priest, I usually had around 2,000 spirit. During the 10 minutes before the break, I changed my Reforge. Down with Mastery and up with Spirit. I equipped my Heart of the Living and had 4k spirit. We cleared... What the hell? Why is that in the story? So weird. We cleared Dragon Soul 8 out of 8 heroic, after which we left and never spoke of it again. We killed it. It was at 4. Wow. You were all in my LFR. 4, 3. He's a spirited raider. Oh, Hikaru. Oh, Hikaru. Fun times in the midst of Pandaria. So Miss hit. And we went back to having 2 teams. I was put into Team 2. Yes. Which is fair, since that was the team I joined with. And you have no FPS. Do you not understand that? That's why you're in Team 2, is because you don't do anything in the raids. You have no FPS. You can't heal. That's why you're in Team 2. It's not because that's where you joined. It's because that's where you belong. That's where people belong. If you have that kind of problem, you belong in Team 2. That's your home. They understand because they're all doing it together. You're all face raiding. You're all wall raiding. That's where you belong. Everybody remember that if you're in Team 2. Team 3 is better. One of the new healers. Oh, here's the dickhead. Yonish. One of the new healers, Yonish, was giving me shit for not going Holy at the start of Mists of Pandaria. His evidence for it being superior was that Holy was higher on World of Locks. Our first raid, I out-healed him with my 3 FPS. Yonish then immediately left the guild after the first raid because he said this guild was so bad. Yonish, respect. I'm leaving this guild. This is a bad guild. I am fucking out of here. I am out of here. I'm going. I then went out and got a new PC. The build-up. One night our female officer, Raka, was in trade looking for a healer to Group 1 to go to the Terrace of the Endless Spring. My team was still progressing through the Heart of Fear, so I gave her a whisper asking if I could come, and she invited me. We cleared the trash for the first boss, by which time my raid leader, Savello, spammed the Group 1 raid leader, Wolf, asking why the fuck I was in there. He wanted Group 2 to go to Terrace this week, so would need me unsaved. So Wolf told him to pull the boss. Hey, you can't go that guy. Can you take him out before you pull? Sure. Pull the boss. Saved, motherfucker. Say, that's why Team 1 wins. That's why you're Team 2. Because you spam Team 1 and Team 1 says, sure, I hear all that noise. Pull the boss. This Team 2 guy trying to tell me what to do. I don't think so. I had no knowledge of this conversation until after the boss had been killed, when both Yonish and the Group 1 raid leader told me that Wolf wanted me. I whispered him, so where are we going next raid? Wolf replied, well, I was going to go to Terrace of the Endless Springs. Me? Oh. I was told to leave the raid. I was saved to 1 out of 4 bosses. This caused an argument amongst the officers that I wasn't allowed to hear. Must have been very serious. I was willing to accept responsibility for this fuck up, but no one actually thought it was my fault. My raid leader Wolf decided to go to Terrace anyway, starting on Sulong. After an hour of wiping, we went to the Heart of Fear instead. Well, you know what, Team 1? We're going to there anyway. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? We're going to go... Oh, we can't kill it. Well... Team 2, that's Team 2 determination in a nutshell, isn't it? Team 2 is so determined. We're going to do it anyway. We're not going to stand for this bullshit. Oh, can't kill it. We can't kill it. So I missed my chance on Sulong's trinket for nothing, loot whore. What a loot whore comment. Part 3. Vodka time. A few weeks later, Team 1 needed a healer to do some shit. Wolf was willing to send me in to help. So it's all good, right? Team 1 declined. We're willing to help. I don't think so. I think so. Well, last time we dealt with Team 2, it ended badly. So, you know, you just back up a little bit there. You just pop your brakes, kid. Let's try and find a pug first before we resort to Team 2. Perhaps because it was what happened last time. This would have been the end of it. Had it not been a Friday night. They raid on a Friday night, in brackets. Wolf was all vodka'd up. He spammed the Team 1 officers in officer chat. I was with him in vent to hear all of this. Him claiming that I was one of the best healers in the world. Nice. This isn't strictly true. In fact, on World of Logs, I was 17th Disc Priest on Shara Fear and 21 on Su Long. At the time, not anymore. Now many more have replaced me. Good shit. Wolf got temporarily demoted from officer rank so that he could spam the officer chat. This made him very sad. And in his drunk state, he left the guild. Oh, no. Have you had that drunk guy who leaves the guild? You've all been there, right? The drunk guy who leaves the guild. Oh, I'm so fucking leaving the guild, you all fucking dickheads. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Fuck you all. I'm going. I'm very sad. But not after leaving emotional stuff in the guild chat such as, I love you guys to bits. I don't want to leave. I have to, but I love you guys so much. I love you. Oh god. Oh man, I love the drunken emotional state. So leaving with dignity. Damn right. If you're gonna go, do it proper. Many details of this story I unfortunately don't know, due to not being allowed in the discussions the officers had. When Wolf sobered up and spoke with Savello on Mumble, legend tells us that it is in this Mumble. Legend tells us, I love it. Legend tells us that in this Mumble conversation, Wolf, in his thick Polish accent, went, I'm not doing it. Oh no, Savello, sorry. Savello in his thick Polish accent. I can't do the Polish accent. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. He went absolutely fucking mental at Wolf. Wolf had to leave the guild. And me with Group 2 left with him. We're taking Group 2 and we're leaving. I don't know. I have no idea. We're leaving. We're making a stand. See ya. Bye. Someone in our guild conveniently had an alt who owned a max level guild. Because of course, remember, we can't go to a low level guild because everybody will leave. And that is where we went. This concludes my drama story. I hope you in the stream enjoyed it. I love a good drunk guy. I do. I love a drunk guy telling everybody you love him. I like the fact that Team 2 were the ones who left. They weren't putting up with this shit no more. Group 2 weren't putting up with this. Pop your Polish cherry. I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do that. And that, my friends, does conclude this week's Drama Friday, where essentially we pretty much had it all. We pretty much had everything we could possibly ask for this time. We had everything. One more? No, it's 10 to. I won't be able to fit one in 10 minutes. It won't be possible. It won't be possible. So I'm not going to do that. That essentially concludes the live stream until Monday. I don't have any plans to live stream anything over the weekend. I'm not sure if any of the other boys do, but I thank you very much for tuning in with me. If you have a drama story, please send it to us at drama@preachgaming.com and we'll have a good time with it. Let's try and avoid anything that has possible risque indications towards paedophilia. That's kind of broaching the line there a little bit. Broaching the line. I'm going to be streaming some Metro Last Light in about 5 to 10 minutes, but for anyone going off raiding and playing WoW or only tuning in for Drama Friday, I assume and hope you're going to have a wonderful weekend. Please enjoy your weekends. Please do. They're important. You'll miss them. Enjoy your weekends. Thank you very much for tuning in with me. I will see you again on Monday. Bye-bye. For those of you sticking around, I'll be back in about 5 minutes.